Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at some news. We've had a few news stories come around over the past few days, and we need to go and have a little bit of a chat about them and what they mean. And we might as well start off with a story that we kind of knew before, but we've not seen the proof. The Legend of Galar tins are going to be featuring Zacian and Zamazenta. Now, we already knew that this was the case, right? We'd already been told this, we'd already talked about this, but now we've got images of them. Now, as the tins tend to be, you can have a little bit of a look there and see that they're alternate artwork. Doesn't really matter. It's just whichever picture you find more aesthetically pleasing. But as it stands, you're getting alternate art versions, and like I said before, right, if you have a look at Zamazenta, it's fine. If VMAXs get really popular, then Zamazenta will become a really good Pokemon. We'll see a bunch of play, but Zacian is, because it's immune to VMAXs, but Zacian is just plain the best Pokemon in the format right now. Free energy, 230 damage is a little bit ridiculous. Plus, it's got an ability that lets you draw free cards, and then any that are metal energy you attach to it. And alright, it ends your turn, but I think it's good enough that we don't really mind. Then you add in the fact that you can use Metal Saucer because of the whole metal Pokemon thing, and it's just looking a bit silly. The other thing I find very, very interesting about these is that they actually feature 5 packs rather than 4. We did mention this in the previous video, but I went and checked with some friends who had seen the listings, etc. Make sure that we weren't being silly, and no, they do feature 5 packs rather than 4. These are very, very cool. They're coming out on the 22nd of May with a suggested retail price of $24.99. And at this stage, I should probably give a lovely shout out to the lovely Primal Lugia over at PokeGuardian.com for helping us out with some of the information in this video. Speaking of things that are launching on May the 22nd for a suggested retail price of $24.99, the League Battle Decks. Now again, I had told you about these before, but we've now got actual proper images so we can really see a bit more about them. Now, if we start off with the Pikachu and Zekrom one, like we suggested, you do get 2 copies of Pikachu and Zekrom, 1 copy of Raichu and Alolan Raichu, and you can see there that you get the dice and the acrylic counters and all of that stuff we've learned to expect. The official contents list is a ready-to-play 60-card deck, including free Pokemon GX. A deck box, don't get excited about the deck box. It looks like one of those little cardboard ones that will not fit a deck once you've sleeved it, so don't get too excited. 2 acrylic condition markers, Burn and Poison, and 1 acrylic Tag Team GX marker. 6 damage counter dice, 1 competition legal coin flip die, a rulebook, and a code card. But like I've said, Pikachu and Zekrom is one of the best decks in the format right now, and it often plays Raichu and Alolan Raichu. This is awesome. The other Battle Arena deck features Reshiram and Charizard, and it's a very similar thing. The dice are slightly different colour, and you get 2 Reshiram and Charizard, 1 Charizard and Braixen. But other than that, it's basically the same kind of thing. And again, Pokemon have got this the right way round. Reshiram and Charizard is one of the best decks in the format right now still, but it generally plays multiple Reshiram and Charizard, and I'll be honest with you, right, Charizard and Braixen hasn't actually seen that much play lately, but it's still nice to have as a one-off to maybe chuck into these decks. So what we've really got here is Pokemon turning around and going, look, we know what the best decks in the format are, you know what the best decks in the format are, and honestly, right, giving us Pikachu and Zekrom, Reshiram and Charizard, and Zacian all as promo Pokemon or Pokemon in sealed products on the same day, actually, all 3 of them, it really is Pokemon's way of saying, look, we all know what the best decks are, we're trying to make it easy for you to get hold of them. This is wonderful news, and now we've got nice clear images so we can see exactly what we're getting. Now, another thing that we're getting here is the Copperajah V Box. Now, we could have guessed we were getting Copperajah V as a box, because of course we had the alternate art Copperajah V which came around in Japan. They had the regular version from the set, but they also had the box topper, the one you got when you went and bought a box. So we knew we had to get that alternate artwork at some point in some way. Well, it turns out we're getting it in its own box. And it's the same kind of thing we usually get. You get Copperajah V, you get a Jumbo Copperajah V, and you get 4 booster packs. It's quite nice. It's not some kind of stunning product that everyone's going to run out and buy immediately. These GX as they were, V as they are now boxes are generally, well look, right, they fit 2 molds. Option number 1, I actually really genuinely like this Pokemon. I'm going to go and buy this box to get hold of it. Option number 2, they make good presents. Because you get the Jumbo card and you get the guaranteed V and then you get some packs to open. These are the kind of things that people really like. A while ago, a friend of mine, who I don't really speak to very much, but they know I like Pokemon, and they got in touch with me and went, Wossy. They didn't call me Wossy, but for the purposes of the story, they went, Wossy, I've just got together with this dude, right? And he's got a kid, and the kid likes Pokemon, and I want to get him a Pokemon present for his birthday. What do I get him? And I said, Beware GX box. Because everyone likes Beware. Beware's in the anime, and you get the Jumbo card, the guaranteed GX, and a bunch of packs to crack. That's what these things do. As for Copperajah V itself, I'm actually quite a big fan. Now, I'm going to bring you a video about this in the next couple days. In terms of the amount of play it's actually seeing, Copperajah V is more of a tech than a deck in and of itself, but I'll tell you about that later on. But it's still a really good Pokemon. 3 Metal Energy, 90 damage, and during your next turn it takes 30 less from attacks. Well, if you use Lucario and Melmetal's GX attack and then whack a Metal Frying Pan on there, you end up having a Pokemon with no weakness that takes 90 less from attacks, and has 220 HP to begin with. Add in a few things like Mallow and Alana for healing, and you are absolutely onto a little bit of a winner here. I am a huge fan of Copperajah V, but then again, I'm a huge fan of Copperajah as a Pokemon, so there is a chance I'm a little bit biased. Now, this next news story is going to be a very quick one. I have very little to say about it, but over in Korea, they are getting a Sobble playmat. Now, you can only buy it at the Pokemon Korea headquarters. For those of you that don't know, over in Korea, the Pokemon headquarters, you can just go and visit and buy stuff. It's a bit ridiculous. And this is one of the coolest playmats I've ever seen. I absolutely adore it. I don't have much to say about it. I just wanted to show you it because it came across my feed the other day and it's absolutely amazing. If anyone's got any hookups in Korea and could maybe get me a copy of this mat, do let me know, would you? That would be lovely. And the final thing we need to talk about today is we're getting some lovely promo stuff. You see, I told you a little while ago that we have had some information about Sun and Moon 3A, which we're calling Legends Heartbeats. Well, there is a Pokemon Center product which is being released, which gives you 2 Legends Heartbeats booster box, and we do get an image here, but it's a dummy booster box which has the same image as a dummy booster pack we saw before, so don't get too excited. And then you get 64 Marnie sleeves, i.e. 1 pack, a Marnie deck box, and a Marnie coin. We've not yet seen the Marnie coin, unfortunately. We don't even have we have a dummy image, but a dummy image doesn't even have Marnie on it. Which does very much seem to suggest that we are going to be getting a reprint of Marnie. Now, the thing is, right, and I've made this prediction, but actually I checked over on PokeGuardian, and they've gone and made this prediction as well. Don't forget that this is exactly what happened in Lily. Lily came around in Sun and Moon, the base set, but then Lily got a proper reprint in Ultra Prism. Now, the thing that's really interesting about the Lily reprint here is that over in Japan, although it was a reprint, we now use those letters at the bottom of cards. So the Lily in Ultra Prism got reprinted with the same letter as the Lily in Sun and Moon, and even though we are in the same format as Japan at the moment, they don't have Lily. Lily actually rotated out in Japan in a way that it didn't over here. So it looks like we're getting a reprint of Marnie, but one of 2 things is going to happen. Either they're going to give us Marnie with a different letter at the bottom so it will remain legal for longer, or it's going to be kind of irrelevant. See, now that we're using the same letters as Japan, I mean, if we have a look at Marnie here, we can see that over in the bottom left-hand corner there is a D. We're going to have the same rotation as Japan. That is definitely going to happen. which means that essentially one of two things is possible. Either they give us a new letter on Marnie, or we get a lovely new print of Marnie, which hasn't been confirmed, but it seems exceedingly likely, but it doesn't actually affect the legality of Marnie, it just rotates out at the regular time. We are not going to end up in a situation again where Marnie rotates early for Japan and we keep it. That is not on the cards, pun intended, because we've now got those letters which will save us. But it is very, very interesting nonetheless. We're getting a new Marnie and, yeah, we still don't have much information about Sword and Shield 3A, unfortunately, but one day we will. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that's a little bit of a roundup of a little bit of news that we've had over the past few days. As always, do let me know what you think about this, do let me know your thoughts, do go nuts in the comment section, but do be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, or you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassyPlays, where you can find out about a whole bunch of games that don't have Pokemon in, but are pretty gosh darned awesome nonetheless. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.